The wrap and weft offers is dense of references, technical material, outerwear fabrics. This wardrobe is the open speech between all the inspiration of this season. Our urban nomad is a cultural travel from a techno festival in Berlin. Its final destination is the return to the essence of the nature with a purist and materic silhouette. Let's start this journey with a cotton offer of new essential. The new must-have in the wrap and weft season, it's all about cotton with authentic spirit and easy-to-wear shapes. The Pado, the Tube, and the M-Cho. Starting by the M-Pado, you already know this fabric is our 100% cotton corduroy, very bright, and in general, a volume driver with a deep color range. For this season, we're trying to create something more trendy in terms of silhouette. Basically, we have two different stories in the opportunity of the total look, which are made by a first style, which is a little bit more urban with an oversized sweater and again a more loose and extra large trousers. For the second look, we're trying to create a more urban nomad silhouette, which are bomber inspiration and for a more preppy style. For the second group of cotton offer, we find a new material, which is the M-Tab. The M-Tab is basically the same inspiration of the M-Cho for the previous season, but more refined in terms of finishing because it's brushed and much more bright and lightful. The touch of the fabric is really interesting because it's really comfortable outside because it's a pitch effect, but quite compact in this shape for a more worker inspiration. In terms of silhouette, you see here we have the same shape range for the shirt, and for the trousers, again, we're gonna have the pants, which are the extra large jogging inspiration that you see in the fleece, which is one of the emblematic shape of the season. We conclude this offer new essential fabrics with the M-Shop. Again, it's our carryover style. For the season, we changed the color palette with this kind of mineral plain ecru, kind of ecru grayish color, very interesting. And for the shape, we add a new version of chinos, quite more urban and trendy, which is our carpenter style, with full of new patch details for a more masculine and inspirational look. We continue our wrap and weft offer with something more technical. The technical fabric are really important this season, even in the menswear. And for the range of style, we start at a brand new material, which is called the M-Buba. The M-Buba, it's a very lightful, waterproof, technical material with a polyester recycled tissue. The micro prints is really give a very interesting and bright effect to this kind of material, and this is, we can consider our waterproof raining coat material style, really easy and efficient for the menswear wardrobe. In terms of silhouette, opportunity to have the total look here with a very strong trendy inspiration wear by Romain, again with the oversized XXL pants. With our sweater zipped, it's more like a Y2K inspiration, and Andrea is wearing our easy raining coat that you can match with all the look in the menswear wardrobe. Then we continue our technical product selection with something more specific, which is the Ubi. The Ubi, it's our 100% polyester fabrics. It's a really comfortable with this kind of polar construction. It's a very high-tech performing material, which is an interesting substitution for the knitwear, something more technical, something more useful in terms of wearability. But we play in a very strong visual graphic silhouette with oversized shapes again. In terms of style, you're gonna have two inspiration made by the colors. The color in men's collection are quite important to define the mood of the fabrics and the style. In this case, we have more a Pacific Ocean blue, which is more in the Berlin techno inspiration, but you're gonna have something more related to the art color for a more mountain high-tech inspiration. Now we are really going in our technical fabrics with outwear products. We start with the fib. Basically, this is something that we used to have similar in the previous season because it reminds a bit the M Zoom, which is launching last spring summer. But we're trying to work this kind of fabric in something more premium and more signature. It's 100% cotton, very thick and compact, with a very strong graphic design, very unique, with this kind of circle geometric effect. And in terms of color, we offer just this kind of ecru minimal purist nuance to really play in our pure natural silhouette. Very important, the body warmer adding to the coat for increase your UPT and play with the rest of collection. We continue the technical offer with our puffer quilted material. It's the neem. The neem, it's a very supple and comfortable opaque technical outwear material. We have basically two different shapes here in the look, very important, which is the sleeveless jacket, very trendy, which is again available in a more trendy color in the ocean. And we're gonna have a parka inspiration available only in more mountain colors inspiration here were by Robin. For the puffer quilty material, we're now going in something more trendy and something more Berliner inspiration, techno parade inspiration with the coal. The difference between the previous one and this material is the fact that this one is quite shining and the colors are quite solid and bold for a more trendy and young customer. Thank you. Now, finish with the technical part in the wrapper vest. We want to present now something that is more wintry and more flannel and homeware in terms of inspiration with the duck. The duck, of course, it was a very strong commercial material of the previous season that we used to work in very plain color. For this season, the big novelties is the introduction of prints in menswear, really strong. We have basically two different prints, one more graphic, where here in this very easy total look in terms of shape, but very special and trendy in terms of design. And the second one, it's more into the 70s style with a floral pattern, which is exactly the one that I'm wearing here. The duck, you know, is this kind of blend cotton with this brush effect with small flannel wool. And Antonio is wearing the plain inspiration, oversized shirt, and again, big carrot, you know, the trousers. Now, after the flannel homeware, we go in something still in the same feelings in terms of material, but we go in more and more in the tailoring part of this wrap and weft. And we have a new material, which is the M9. The M9 is the something more, let's say, tailored, as I just say. It's a mix of cotton and viscose, but it's really light and supple to wear. Andrea here is wearing our basic chino pants. It will be available even the shirt with a more pado shape. We continue our offer with a suit proposal. This is the first official suit that we're gonna see in this presentation, and it's something completely new. It's our Italian yarn. It's a very premium material with a strong melange effect. This t-shirt is quite woolish, quite warm, but at the same time really light. In terms of shape, we're gonna have this kind of oversized bow blazer wear by Romban, and we have a straight, a carrot pants, which is gonna very similar to the Pado again. Second suit offer that we are going to present is a material that you know very well. This is our wintry suit, is the Weft. Of course, in the Weft, you're gonna have the carryover style with our fitted pants and our straight jacket. For the big novelty of the season, we rework a more contemporary offer and signature style in the jacket with this kind of boxy fit. Really young and, you know, fresher. Now, for this kind of classic premium Italian material, we're trying to play this season with a more American and some kind of shape that you can take from the denim inspiration. So basically, with the hoodie, we present you a very strong and visual material, which is our 70% wool yarn, with a very interesting braided effect. So this is actually the classic material that you can find in your grandpa wardrobe. But if you see the design and the offer, we play with a more American denim style, very New Yorker inspiration. For the first look, where here you see we have a very cool and easy to wear straight fit trousers with our worker inspirational jacket with more climber and technical details here to adjust and play more with the silhouette and work in more a bomber style. Antonio is wearing our coat, which is taking inspiration of a big oversized shirt with the shirt collar, quite easy to wear shape with a more trendy touch with the Maison branding patch. Now, Andrea here is wearing one fabric that you know very well, is the peel. Again, a very thick outerwear material. And this season, if the last season we play with this kind of material, with something more streetwear, with the hoodie, with the jogging, this season we try to work in a more classic, but still very stylish and young contemporary shape in a mode suit idea. We create a new design of jacket, which is really a combination between a coat and a peacoat actually, and a blazer with a double breast. More Italian style, but with a wintry touch. Now, I told you in the introduction that one of the inspiration of the season is really take this kind of outerwear material and play it with some more contemporary and easy to wear and easy silhouette that is take inspiration from the sportswear. And one of the most important fabric in this kind of mood is the reto. As you can see, the material is quite thick, quite compact. It's really a very warm material, very premium in terms of yarn and feeling, Italian. But in terms of silhouette, we create a more easy weekend wear style. With the total look here with Antonio, you see the with Robin, we see the oversized sweater with the hoodie and the carrot pants. And here you see the very trendy jacket, which is the crush piece of this offer. Same fabric of the Reto, but why more thicker is the Cara. This is really our premium offer in terms of fabric, and the aesthetic of this material is really pure, really natural. It's really the idea to play with some fabric that you can take from the interior design or for some natural landscape and work in something more signature and contemporary. In terms of style, we create a super affirmed coat with a very important silhouette, very premium and very strong, but also very interesting is the total look that you see here with this kind of overshirt with a big volume and the big straight pants that are really give a very strong and affirmed silhouette in our proposal. Now, we start already to talk about the coats in some complementary fabrics. Now, in the pure offer of coat, we found one material that we already used to work in the previous season, which is the Zef. If in past, this is really your coat material. It's going to be declined in several styles, but we want to propose you here the more young and fresh contemporary shape, which is going to represent in a very American vintage style, unique that you cannot find in other brands. So it's our worker jacket, quite more adjust in terms of volume to the iconic silhouette of the worker jacket, with a very strong visual patch and a very interesting visual stitch effect in the tissue, which is very incredibly add lights in the light colors. Thank you. We continue our offer of coats with our very strong, more Scottish inspiration. We are in between the Scottish inspiration that we're going to introduce after and the Italian style. So this we consider the transsectional coat between these two universes is the M-lead. The M-lead still, we are in a very high premium range, is 100% wool, so it's a really premium and qualitative material, very affirm again silhouette, very important coat with this kind of double breast effect. The check is really important and is defined something classic with a very contemporary silhouette again. Now, I told you, one of the most inspiration of this wrap and weft part is the fact that we have the English vibe, something that is going to be more British, more Scottish, with tartan, tweed, and very visual material. Starting by the Nela, this kind of Anglomania inspiration is declined in a very small check, very Londoner, very Sherlock Holmes, with our pure trench inspirational coat. This is a very interesting offer because actually it's lining inside but still really fluid and is the perfect coat that you want to propose to our customer at the beginning of the season. We continue our Scottish English inspiration with something more wild and relate to the mountain mood. So we are bringing you more in the Yorkshire, in this kind of Emily Bront inspiration and shepherd kind of material with the Zeal. The Zeal is actually our peacoat offer, so it's a very specific shape with double breast, but with a strong Italian wool, very visual and very unique. Woolish, brushed for a very wintry high seasonal offer. Still in the high seasonal offer, really wintry, with exactly the same inspiration of Yorkshire and Scotland, we have the Geo. The Geo actually here, the inspiration, the tartan is really strong and is remind even the kilts or the Scottish blanket. In terms of material, again, Italian yarn, really light but very, very warm actually in terms of feeling. We have two different styles, something more technical again that you can play with the details here and more city, more young. And then we have a more classic offer in terms of coat, which is where here by Antonio, and the visual tartan, I just forget, is work in a fade out effect for something more unique. In the first look, we have a bohemian spirit, arty, mixing with a 70s kaleidoscopical flower prints and something more supple contrasted with the thickness of the blazer. The second outfit represented the contrast between the nature and the city. Technical fabrics against peachy feel touch, all rounded in a graphic silhouette with an autumn warm color combination. In the last proposal, the purest idea of the natural tones on tones, expressed in this texture look where the different layers and fabrics create an explosive and trendy impact.